Наташ,
Алло.
рекординг не включайте, пока еще же никого нету.
Ага,
Вам потом резать не надо было его на куски.
хорошо.
Смотрите, не включайте, пока придут, Наташ.
М?
All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Where is my Paragon? Okay, so as we talked last time, today we're going to go through the forms. Okay. And just see the like different forms and to just understand what we're filling up and what information we need, what we're looking for on every. Okay, so we'll they take transaction. So we'll take, let's say, sellers for buyers. Okay, so buyers attach. So we'll just go through the forms. Okay, so the first, when you start working with the buyer, the first document you need to present, it will be disclosure enumeration in trading services. So when we're presenting this document, so if you meet someone first time, like you have a conversation on the phone, or you meet them on the open house, or whatever way you meet these people. So if they start to talk to you about anything personal information, like they start sharing with you anything about their needs, their goals, financial, you immediately need to present them disclosure enumeration in the trading services and explain, so why do you do this? So what I usually tell my clients, I say, before you start sharing with me any your private information, I would like to present you disclosure enumeration presentation in the trading services. So as a real estate agent, I must to present this form for you. This is not contract. This is form just explaining your difference being client or unrepresented party. And even if your clients, like you just tell them, like as a clients, you get loyalty, you get it's like when I tell, like it's my obligations and your rights. So you understand what is your rights as a client or non-presented party and what is my obligations as a realtor. So I'll explain them quickly, very quickly, about confidentiality, avoiding conflict of interest, loyalty, and quickly tell them about what you get as a client and if you're not represented party. And after that, here, I usually put non-client, yes, because we don't know if we're going to work with people in the future, or we have no idea. So I usually put not client, put my name, your company name, your signature in here. So this is optional. So they don't need to sign anything. They don't need to initial anything. They can just keep like this. And what you do, so you sign it, you send to your brokerage copy, and you give the client's copy. So now, if you continues to work with them and you came to transaction when you're really buying something, in this case, you need to, I usually do this document in a proper way. In this case, you will put, I represent you as my client. I will put my signature. I will put their initials, their names. They will put initials after that. And this document will be part of your DocuSign, part of your loop. Okay, makes sense? Now, if you've taken this, for example, you meet someone on open house, you have a notes here. So when you can put some, for example, open house walk-in, or like conversation on a call. So you put some notes for yourself, so you remember when you meet these people and why you're presenting them the disclosure representation and training services. Okay, make sense? Any questions about this document specifically?
No.
Okay, good. So the second form, again, this is not a document, it's a form, will be privacy notice and consent. Now, if you remember in the first in disclosure representation training service, we say about keep the confidentiality. So during the transaction, you're going to collect from your clients all different type of information, their names, the address, maybe some, you will take the driver license information about like driver's ID, you collect information about mortgages, financial situation. So you will need to present privacy notice and consent. This document you need to read and you need to understand this document, because you have to be able to explain clients why do you present this document. This document form will tell about why we're collecting information, who we can share this information with, and why we're collecting, with whom we share, and why we do this as use this as a disclosure. Yes, a very simple document. You read, you familiarize yourself with what inside this document. You quickly explain clients, let them read this document, and if they don't want, like this section about your clients can opt out some options. Okay, so this part is in the future. So if you work with clients, for example, on transaction, and after that, you're not going to work with them maybe for, a year, or who knows, maybe a couple of years. So this is the optional 2C and 2D. If your clients don't want to be connected with any other realtors when they finish working with you, or with any other board members, so they can opt out, they can put their initials here. Or if they don't want a board or different brokerages or different realtors contact them for survey or for other different information, they can opt this out. If they're opting out 2A and 2B, you're in problem. You don't do your good job. So because you want to be in there in contact. So I usually, if my clients want to do opt out 2C and 2D, this is their rights. They have to let you know, you put their initials here, and after that you will you will just submit this today. Now, why do we need FinTrack? This is information for our government about a person. Very important document. Every brokerage will ask you to do it. Every brokerage has financial officer who's going to see if the document, this form was filled up correctly. And in case if some kind of suspicious in transaction on the cash money, big cash money coming or something, and you need to declare everything information you know about your clients. So the first part, this part is going to be address of the transaction. Seller's, you put your name and you put the date when you do the put all this information. So to do this, we need to, for this area, for part A, we will need as clients to give you their driver license or passport or BC ID or seniors, any document with picture and document with showing address, date of birth, all information about clients. So you will start put the legal name, client's address, the date of birth, occupation. Before it was like you can put, like, for example, an engineer. Now they're asking where the person worked. So you put their profession and don't need to do all detailing, but you put the company when they work for. So they right now, my financial officer asking right now for the place as well. Before we were just putting profession, now they're asking for the place. Now, here, so they will put, for example, if you have a driver license, we put driver license, number of driver license, it's BC or different provinces, wherever the document was issued, country, and day of expiry. Now, A2, so if the clients give you the document and everything fine, you just write this information, you don't need to do anything on this for A2. Like if you, I don't know, if you sometimes you're pulling the special file for clients, wherever you're pulling extra information about clients, you will putting in this part. I never use this in my practice. My clients always give me the, their identification document. I'll just pull it in, never use this part. Okay, now, so dual A3. So if you sometimes, I don't know, maybe brokerage, some brokerage or some asking for double, like if you have two different documents, Sometimes you just put this all information wherever you have, like if you have a passport and you have some other identification document, you just fill up all this part here. Sometimes account numbers, like I never use, in my practice, I never use dual ID process method. My brokerage didn't ask me. But you need to kind of read everything and, because different provincial, different territory, municipalities, they maybe will ask for double ID. So if you happens to be in this situation, you will need to fill up this in the part A3. Now, so the next one, A4, unrepresented individual, personal. Okay, so if you, for example, have someone who, sorry, I'll just, unrepresented person, and you don't have their ID or something, so you can verify who this person. So you will need to ask, you will need to fill up A4 and fill up all information. So you ask this like any identification for this person, and you need to write it down why you didn't get the proper identification, what kind of documents you have. So you will need to go through the A3, 2, 3, 4 if you have problem with identify the person. Okay. Now, for part B, verification of the third party. If, for example, you have someone, like, let's say Maria came today and say, I'm going to buy this property, but I'm not going for myself. I'm buying this for my, somebody, third party, yes? So you will need to, if you say yes here, so you will need write very, just like lots of information about party. Who is the person? Where's the, where people located? Like they give all information about this third party. Right now, the FinTrack asking for this because they need to know everyone who will be in transaction, even if you're representing. Most of the time, people buying for yourself. So in this case, you say no. If they don't buying for third party, you put no or yes, depends on the answer. Now, if it's for third party, you will have all information here and you will fill up. If it's not for the third party, you press no, you pass number 2, and you come to the C part. So this part is for, if it's a Canadian, you can see low risk, medium, and high risk. Now, so you will check, it's a Canadian citizen physically present. This is low risk. Canadian citizen or residents not physically present. And you can just choose wherever you, your client, will be. If a Canadian citizen, you choose this. If not, you just write explanation, where these people from, and, all information about them. Now, if you suspected, like if you, I don't know, whatever reason you suspected, somebody come and say, well, we want to pay cash, and you have like $2 million property, and they bring you back with money. So what are you guys going to do?
Report it.
You're going to run away. You will say, thank you very much. I'm not working with you. Because the last things you want to get in the money laundering. So, most of the time, if you say, okay, it's a cash offer, but not present cash, but you say, okay, how do you, what you're planning to do, like no mortgage, and you have to ask them, where's this money coming from? Maybe they just sold the house, yes? And they have in the bank account $3 million. So you just write it down, like if it's a low risk here, but if you suspect anything, you can write explanation. If you think this is money laundry, if you even think about it's a possibility of the money laundry, you need to write, some notes here. So, and after that, part D. So this part is just very simple. It's like, what kind of property you choose? It's a commercial, residential, if somebody buying for income purpose, land, and if you need any explanation, you just write it here. So D2, you know, if you don't have, if it's a legal person here, give you all information, they buying for yourself, you don't really need to worry about any of this D2 or D3 or, you know, everything. So if you have any suspicious, you need to write it down, you need to report. This is our obligations as a realtor. If you have any suspicious, could be unfair transactions, you need to report this to your financial officers, and they will report this to the board. And the board, no, not to the board, there's our, it's like a government will get the information about this, and they will check this transaction, these people. Very simple things, just need to know more about your clients. This is telling us, like, you need to know your clients, you need to ask questions your clients. If it's a mortgage, you will know, you probably will work with mortgage broker, hand to hand, ask mortgage broker about, you know, you have all information. So if you're not sure when the money come from, dig deeper, ask more questions, know better when money comes. Don't put yourself in a situation when you don't know anything about client, and after that, it happens to be something bad. Yeah. So you need to protect yourself on the first place. I don't think somebody will come with $2 million in the bag, but if this happens, you just say, thank you very much. Nice to have a deal with you guys. Okay, so let's check some different forms. What else do we have? Okay, CPS, contract of purpose and sale. I'm not going to go through details. What I'm encouraging you to do, I'm encouraging you to really seriously read through the contract, so you understand what you're doing with clients here. You can explain. The first page, usually it's explanation about everything in contract. So you just need to know what is it. You need to talk to your clients. You need to explain them what happens here. And so what you will do on the first page, depends when you're working, like if you're working with the buyers here, so you will have some initials and signatures. So the first page always need to be initials of your buyers. So you explain buyers what kind of cost they're going to have. Like normally, except the buying property, you will have legal, like a fees, notary, public, or lawyers. You will have like a title register fees. You know, depends what they, you know, if a mortgage, cost of the mortgage, could be property transfer taxes, yes, could be included, taxes on the top of the price. So they need to understand. You usually give them approximately, so the lawyers usually will be approximately between $850 to $1,500, depends on the how big transaction, depends who is doing the transaction. Buyers probably will pay between $375 to maybe over $500 for the inspection, because you will do inspection on the property with buyers. Even if you have a strata documents and everything, you will need to do inspection to be sure it's no underwater stones, yes? And some other fees, like, you know, you probably will know what else included, and you can give them approximately numbers, so they will have to be prepared. So how much property transfer taxes you need to understand, you know, you can use calculator, or you need to know what is the property transfer taxes, yes, on the property under 1 million, over 2 million, and over $3 million. Okay, so this will be initials of your, if you own a seller's part, yes, if you client is a seller, they will initial here on the cost of the borne by seller. In if you open on a Paragon listing, so the PID, property identification number, you can find it's a number usually like 3 numbers dash, it's 9 numbers. So legal descriptions, same, you can find on the title, or you can find on the MLS listing. And here you will just start writing down the, like, for example, for 458,000. So when you type like this, it will come here. So you don't need to worry about, so just whatever you do, you put your numbers. So you put the deposit usually anything between, it's no 100% you have numbers, like you say, normally 5% of deposit is good because it's showing you, so you're serious buyer, and it's cover your listing agent commissions. If something happens and your clients buyers not able to complete, so they losing the deposit, yes, but at least this deposit will cover the listing. So if you're serious, have a buyer very serious, you put good 5%, sometimes 3%, 4%, 5%. It's a good if your clients has enough money to put 5% to show they're serious. Specifically right now when we have like subject free offers, lots, we're still in multiple offer situation. So then you can put good amount of deposit just to show you're serious. So for sellers, it's very important too to see like if it's a good amount of money as a deposit in a contract. So here, usually this part you will write it down about, you know, when, like usually within deposit will be paid within 24 hours of the acceptance, like for example, of the or subject removal, or 24 hours on the acceptance of the, or immediately after acceptance of the offer. So you will just write it down here, anything, wherever you, when the deposit will be delivered to your brokerage. Okay, so name of the brokerage here. So on every page, you can see this initials, yes? On every page, your clients, if you have two buyers, you put two initials, one buyer, one initial. So this part will be after that for the sellers and buyers, initials on every page. Be sure you have it. So it's have to be 100%. Be sure the address here is right, yes? Because sometimes, even if you put address and Paragon, sometimes it's just giving some, if you start typing something and you accidentally, you know, like sometimes you start typing something and it's go your name and your address. And if you decided to go like automatically fill up, it can change everything in contract. I had this one time problem. I didn't look in this. And when I printed out and start looking, like my old address was different. So since this time, I never do anything after I just do everything manually. No fill up, no automatically fill in. So be sure you have an address on every page, all property. So you will put your, we talked about this, yes, last time, about all these conditions. And like every page need to be initial, check address again. Now, if you need to, for example, if you need add or take some pages from contract, you can see here, you can remove page. If you move like this, for example, and you have an extra page here and you don't want it, so you can remove or you can add page. So you got yours, every page, you need to be sure you have initials of your client. Now, completion, possession, adjustment day. So here you go, completion day, for example, you know, whatever you decide, you always ask listing agent, what could be the best completion and possession day for your client? Because they, you know, like real estate is like a domino. Sometimes it's one deal coming to the other deal, coming to the other deal. So you always ask, because when you work with the buyers, you want to give the sellers as best conditions as possible. If they want specific days and your clients can work with these days, give them what they want. If they can't, so you try to negotiate as close as possible. So you put this, you choose like this, you click on a calendar, and you open and you choose your condition, completion date, you press done. And after that, possession day, usually try to do completion on Tuesday, between Tuesday to Thursday, yes? Tuesday could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Never do completion on Friday or weekend. The lawyers are not working on Saturday, Sunday most of the time. Friday could be too close to end of the day. Something happens, you will have a trouble, your buyers or will have a trouble with completion. Always do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. We usually try to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you have a Friday, at least one more extra day for your clients complete if something they didn't finish, like mortgage or something, okay? So never do Friday or weekend. Look on the holidays, never do on the holidays, because sometimes Monday comes on a holiday. Never do Monday, because you have to calculate the days when it's a working days. It's always working days, not like 7 days a week. Like if it's a 7 working days, it will be Monday to Friday plus next week, Monday, Tuesday, wherever you're counting. Okay, guys, never weekends. Possession day could be same next day, could be in 2 days, sometimes could be longer, sometimes could be week in between, sometimes could be months in between. This is negotiable between sellers and buyers, okay? So day, possession day, 10 o'clock can be 10 in the morning, noon, 2 o'clock, anytime when it's comfortable for, you know, both sides, because sometimes people need to move out. You ask your listing agent, when your client's planning to move out. They say, okay, we have like a car coming at 9 o'clock in the morning, we will be able to give you a place at 2 o'clock. Okay, you put 2 p.m. Or if it's an empty property, how about I will come at 10 a.m. get the possession. Now, on possession, I actually, when I'm on the listing side, I come before my clients move out. After that, I come and I check if the place is clean. It's your responsibility to be sure that they clean everything, talk to your clients and be sure they clean the place and everything nice and clean and ready for the sellers or to buyers to move in. I always give the keys. I go through possession with the buyer's agent. It's me. Like I know lots of time you go pick up your keys when you're on the buyer's side. Oh, I leave keys in a lock box. When I leave this, and you come and this apartment is a mess. I had the time when I was cleaning. Now every time I go on possession, my car has gloves, cleaning, vacuum, mops, everything. Because a couple of times I came on possession, I opened the door and it's thank God my clients should come an hour later. I was cleaning the house. You will have a lot stuff like this. So be sure, like I always ask listing agent, can you please come with me through possession? Or I make pictures after that and I send listing agent and say, this is how you left us place. It's be nice to the buyer's agent. Always be nice. If you want people be nice to you. So teach your clients to be nice to people and clean everything and be sure it's like nice and done. Be polite, bring the keys, go through possession, be sure you have a good relationship for the future. So now completion, possession and adjustment, usually same day. So you do possession, for example, on completion on Thursday, you do possession on Friday, adjustment will be happens on Friday. It will be through your lawyers. The lawyers will do adjustment. Sometimes bills need to be hydro bills or something. So they do small adjustments. Usually you put same day for possession and adjustment. Now, this part, including items, you look on a listing and you put all, like the realtors usually write it down. What is included? You just write washer, dryer, blah, 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 everything, fobs, everything. Now, look in this part. On the listing, you have excluding. So sometimes people take some stuff out. Yeah, shelves, some freezer, whatever. So you need to be sure you check this number and you put, okay, so wherever excluded here. So when you view your property with your clients, you put information, you will explain clients about this. This is part of your terms and conditions, yes? This is part of the conditions, GST, your time when you buyers financing, cleaning, this is what we put in our conditions, yes? You need to know about this. You need to be able to explain your clients' risk. This is for insurance. You need to be sure your clients get insurance for home on a 12:01 a.m. on a completion day. Because at 12:01 on completion day, they get the responsibility for this property. So not on possession day, on completion day. So this is important things. Yeah, so now they just kind of explain them all this information. You read with them, everything, assign initials here. And This part, acceptance. So you put the offer, for example, today we're putting offer, you ask listing agent, when do you would like to have, when you will be able to present offer to your clients, and say, okay, 5 o'clock. So you say, okay, 5, probably until, I will give it until 10 o'clock, 5 hours more than enough. Yes, depends if it's a multiple offer situation. So you ask, how much time do you guys need? So they will ask, you talk to realtor, you ask them, and they send, sometimes they say, we have old people, so we need more. Sometimes you open for 24 hours. If you know they don't have multiple offers, with multiple offers, you give them less time, not like 2 hours, but less time, like until 11 p.m. or 10 p.m. or 12 or midnight. But if you have one offer, you know, nobody else, and sometimes they need more time, you talk to them, you can give them 25 hours offer. Because sometimes you negotiation back and forth, contra offers, you want to be sure you have enough time. Even if you decided to put until, let's say, 11 o'clock, they presented offer at 5, 11 o'clock, it's a good time, 11 p.m. If something happens, you can renegotiate the time of the acceptance. You can add the time. So it's not big deal. Every time you put something, you need to initial. So anytime you change something in your contract, you initial this from both sides. And that's it. You put offer, for example, this today until open until this time, AM, PM, wherever you put in, and set signature of your clients. Now this part for Canadian citizenship. So if they Canadian citizen, you put yes or not, and it's it. This part not for you. This is for the sellers to accept. What do you need to remember about contract? Just need to remember you have all numbers here, like you check your all, how many pages, you know, what you need to know, you need to read and know all this information. So you can explain your clients what you do. And when you do this contract with your clients, you go through contract, you explain them every paragraph on the contract, you put the information, let them check. After that, you put in a DocuSign, let them sign, and you send it to the listing agent. Now, so what you need to look on the documents, sometimes you have in the paragon on the listing, on the top, you have a little, I'll show you guys right now. Just go back on the paragon. I'll just get any listing. Let's see, not this one. Okay, so let's see. Get any listing, any active listing. Okay, so this part on the listing, you can find out all documents here. So most of the realtors will put information, some don't, but I like to put less headache to have, so people calling you all the time. I don't put sometimes all information. I will put, you know, title. You must put title, PDS, proper disclosure statement. You put bylaws if you want. Now this part about offers. So this is direction regarding the offers. Yes. So as a buyer agent, you can look. Okay, when? Okay, so this is going to be presented by October 12th. In Vancouver. Now what time? We don't need to, we need to see what time is going to be presented. So we ask what time. This is what we're looking for, some information for your contract. So you look on this part. Okay. I need to move it down, guys. Now what else do we have here? Title. So when we talk about PDS, remember property identification number. So you will look through the contract, and this will be a parcel identification. This is the number PD, like PID, and this is legal description. You copy and paste in your contract. All these documents, you copy and paste, and you can look through the title after that, and you can understand. If you don't know what is covenant or such right to wait. So we sometimes, like, the title come very complicated, and some, like, for example, some covenant or some estimates, you need to go ask your brokerage just to pull the title description. You will need to pay for this, but you at least you can understand what this means. So you need to understand the title. And again, the brokerage has a lots of, not brokerage, but a real estate board has a lots of courses. Like they have a contract, a boot camp. I highly recommend it to take everyone. It's your, will be your points for the relicense, but it's an excellent, they explaining in details about contract, because it's much more than just put the numbers. You have to really understand how contract works. So I recommended to take, like they have a lots of courses about FinTrack. It's a mandatory, you will need to do FinTrack, money laundry course, ethics course, legal updates. This is all information about, but the contract boot camp, it's a very good, you can just, you know, really deeply understand how to work with contract and all details, because today we just go quickly, bam, 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 but you need to really understand how the contract works, because it's a lots of nuances here. What else here? So yeah, so that's some information you can get from here. So PDS, so property disclosure statement, the sellers usually fill it in, and they just, with best their knowledge, they answer the questions. You look through this information. Why do we need this? Okay, so we need to know if they have what the management company. Yes, if we need information from here, what is including in your strata fees. Yes, and the parking. So you need to. We have one of the in a contract. We have one of the subjects is like a verification of the parking and locker. Yes, this is when you can find information about parking number, and you look. It's a limited common property. It's a common property, rented, long-term lease, or the other. So because in parking is, you have to check with parking, because it could be, if it's a limited common property, it's part of the, belongs to the people when they're buying this property, they bought the parking. It's part of the deal, it comes with the unit. If it's a common property, it's like you're leasing this from the strata, yes? So they can be moving you time from time, depends what strata needs. You're not going to lose this spot. It comes with the sale, with the property, but it's not 100% guarantee same spot. Sometimes it could be moved around. Same when it comes to the lockers. So you check the locker number, and you check, you verified what is a limited common property or a common property. Now, this part is about radon gas. Most of the time, we don't even check this out, because we think it's probably more common for the houses, but it's for strata units. Strata properties is very important. So you can look through you can check with the listing agent, maybe with strata, and ask if they ever did any tests on this gas, because it's invisible, it has no smell, but it's very dangerous for people. So this is, as a buyer agent, this is your deal to check this out, all stuff. Because, and just a general information you read, okay, so additional, will be, if they do any, sometimes they know about renovation they done, they put new bylaws or some kind of extra information. As a listing agent, you can write it here. As a buyer agent, you just check this out, and you use it for any clarification of any information for your clients. And that's it. So this will be, again, when you do the offer, this is the part, couple of documents have to be a part of the offer presentation. It will be usually title. Your clients need to initial every page. I make my clients initial every page. So what I do, I don't read title. I'm not the lawyer. Like, I don't know everything about title. I can pull, if I see something I don't understand, I pull the information on title, I pay for this, I give it to my clients, and I say, this is the title descriptions. Please go talk to a notary or legal or your lawyer if you have any concerns about this. So you give them legal advice, please go to do it. So you give them all information, they have to go and check it out. And after that, on every page of you need to put their initials. So the second document you're going to add, it will be property disclosure statement. On every page, be sure you have address, page number, and initials of your clients on every page of the property disclosure statement. And you will add a 2, and the third will be your contract of the purchase and sell. So it will be 3 documents. You write it down. Dear Mary, thank you very much. It was nice to talk to you. I'm attached to my our offer with the blah 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 blah. I'm looking forward to hear from you, and you send it to them. Now, sometimes when you do subject-free offer, like if you're in multiple offer situation, sometimes we do pre-inspection. Some clients doing pre-inspection, so we don't have any, like if the mortgage is good and you can do pre-inspection and you check title, you check property disclosure statement, you check insurance. Every subject we usually put in contract if you go subject-free. So what we do, we make clients, you make a PDF file and you make your clients to initial everything, and I will put a letter to a listing agent with contract, signed property disclosure statement, signed title, signed insurance, a deposit. So if you go subject-free, you need to have deposit. You have a copy of your deposit attached to your offer, and you send it to the listing agent. If your offer will be accepted in 24 hours, you need to bring your real check to your brokerage to deposit in a trust. I know it's lots of information to process, but right now, I'm just giving you a general information about everything. You will have with Natalia next couple of sessions with Yelena. It will be something different. So she will follow up what we did 4 sessions. She will do next series of the different topics. What else could be? Let's finish looking for templates. Okay, so we look for the buyers. Okay, we have how about we're looking for the listing? For the listing, it's a couple of similar forms. You will do disclosure, representation and trading services, privacy notice and consent. This will be multiple listing contract. This is a different story. Direction regarding presentation, the offer. We just looked at this on the before. So most of the time, you don't want to have buyer's agent come and present their offers. You say, no, like people not going to in the listing. Property disclosure statement. Yeah, so property disclosure statement, you will be doing this with the listing. On the listing, your clients will just read through every page and they say yes, like yes or no or not, and they just need to initial, no check marks. Right now, you need to have initials on every part of the property disclosure statement. Co-listing, this is form if you co-listing with somebody else. What else? Now this part, disclosure, this document about disclosure remuneration. So every time you get listing, you will need to give clients disclosure of remuneration, and you will break through here by dollars, not percentage like we put in disclosure remuneration when we put 3% from 100,000 and 2. Here you have to calculate this. So you know how to calculate this one, yes? So if you have an app, if you have an app, you can put information, but if you don't have app, so you take, usually we have like I say, we have a 3,000 from first 100,000, it will 3%, it will be 3,000, yes, immediately. So you put 3,000 after from, let's say 1 million, 1 million minus 100,000 will be 900,000, yes? And the 900,000 you will multiply it for, let's say 1.12, whatever, or you do the no, guys, no, this is have to be different. It's too a little bit more complicated. There have to be lesson on this, how to calculate your commissions. If you don't know, maybe Natalia and Yelena will do it. If not, I will do it. I will teach you how to do it in the next time when we're going to do next session. But here you will just need to calculate how much money the brokerage will get, the total commissions, how much brokerage will have, and how much buyer listing agent will have. And if you have a counter offer, you will have to write it down every time. You have to recalculate your commissions on every counter offer, and your clients will need to initial every, like you will see this part, they will have initials on the every time you have a counter offer, you have to do this disclosure. The clients need to initial this disclosure. I'll teach you how to calculate. It's nothing complicated. FinTrack, we talked about FinTrack last time. Yes, the whole information, we talk about this today, about what to do with addendum. Okay, so addendum you use anytime if you do any changes in contract without opening contract. Let's say we have accepted offer, but we, during the 7 days of discovery, yes, we need to change something. We decided to change date, or we need to change maybe inspection come with like 25,000 improvement need to be done, or something need to be fixed up. So you can negotiate this price, you put in addendum, and in addendum you will write it down about, so the it's a specific note in addendum. So it's, you're not opening contract. It's the same contract with everything same, dates, conditions, everything. You're just adding something or changing something. Maybe you need to change name of the person. Maybe you need to add or take out someone from the contract. Anything you need to do, you can go through the addendum. Okay. Now the other part of addendum, if you do subject removal, so this is different addendum on the subject removal. And this addendum will go from the buyers. Subject removal. Okay. So this part, when you have accepted offer, and you have your 7 days on or 10 days on your discovery. So when you confirm your insurance, you confirm your client's mortgage, you confirm that you check your PDS, strata documents, you read everything, and your clients say, fine, we're ready to take this, remove the subjects. What we will do, what's going on here? Okay, so you will put the all information here, and what you will do, you go to your contract, you copy and paste all your clauses, the subjects, you put it here, and you make your client initial every page, where here will be a signature. So you're going to, you put your conditions here, all your subjects, you put your client's initials, date, don't forget date. And if you have 3 pages, wherever you have whatever you do, every page you paste and copy and paste everywhere here, and you make your clients sign everything. Buyers signing this, not necessary. So the sellers don't need to sign and send it back to you. Just the buyers doing this. This is when you're removing your subject. And when you're removing your subject, usually, so this is when you can add title, you can add, property disclosure statement and subject removal all together, send it to your listing agent, and you're done. So practically deal is closed between sellers and buyers until completion day. So your job will be as a realtor to load all these documents to your loop for your brokerage to check and prove, and for the administration to process everything. So I think this is lots of information for one session. It just, again, guys, it's a general information I'm giving you. Your job as a realtors to open every document, every form, and make yourself familiar with this. So you understand what you open your mouth, you understand what you're talking with your clients about. So you need to read this, not memorize, but at least have, if you have a questions, just go look on a Google, like check with somebody else. Like if you don't understand something, check with your, broker manager, board, have tons of courses. Please look through educational part. Don't like, even if you just get your license, my suggestion, start taking courses, not just 16 courses, take more, look through what they have, like excellent course about strata documents. So it's a lots of to know about the how to read strata documents. Some realtors don't read strata documents. I do. I read everything and I make my clients to do it. Most of the time, clients very, very lazy. They don't want to do it. I'm pushing them very gently, but I'm pushing them because I'm telling them you have to read, you have to understand what you're buying. I'm not responsible for strata documents. I can read them. And again, you remember when we talk about you have in your conditions, you have one of special clause about you're not lawyer, you're not an engineer, accountant, or anyone, you cannot give them information which you're not qualified for. So they must go. If you have any questions about these subjects, you can provide them with as much information as you can. You can find them anything they need. They need to go and check with the professionals. It doesn't mean we're not reading the strata documents and we don't know all basics. We have to do it. You have to check title, you have to check PDS, you have to check every document. You need to be aware about what you're buying for your clients. All right. Any questions, guys? No? Okay, so Natalia is recording all this stuff. If I'm too fast and you just go through recording, you just look one more time through some documents, just browse. Open the Paragon, browse through documents, read them, make yourself some templates like we talk about this, create this. This will be easy for you to work with these templates, and take the some courses from the board. They have tons of educational courses, tons of everything you need to know. You open the board. Yes, you pay money for this, but at least you will get the deep, good knowledge and understanding what you're doing. All right. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank
so
you.
maybe
Thank you,
see you in a
Natalia.
couple of weeks,
you.
whatever my next term will be. Have a great fall. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Welcome.
Hello.
Я, Наташ, да, сейчас жду, пока все уйдут.
How are you?
Девочка здесь сидит с нами.
Да, но я хочу с ней еще поговорить. So just send me email, okay, with your details. Your linking.
Hi, yeah, I'm going to send you email, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to attend.
You're welcome.
And we do it every week, and we do also different days of the week in different forms. This one more for realtors, but so many things the same. For example, to initial in each page, to put correct address. We have authority to list so many things the same. And if you want to do extra money, as you say, on a site as admin, to help maybe realtors to prepare documents, that's what we do. So we can help it to them when they're extremely busy. We can do it and we get paid. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's nice.
Are you legal you admin?
No, I right now I have just passed my rental property license.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe even Svetlana know me well, she can tell you about me, because for me to talk about myself, it's not really good idea.
Oh, Natalia, I work with Natalia I know Natalia for several years, and she's amazing realtor, very smart, very hard worker, very ethical. And yeah, so right now she's building her realty like strong, looking for good people who would like to work with her. What she needs someone who organize and, you know, like knows what to do. This is why she's doing these little courses to kind of give them more information, because she doesn't have time so much one-on-one to teach clients. She will do one-on-one with some specific topics, but we're giving this general information so you guys can kind of get basic knowledge, and after that dig a little bit more in you know, more specifics.
She got the property rental agent license. So maybe tell a little bit about me as a rental agent, how I can teach her to be.
Yes, Natalia can teach you. Like before I decided to get the trade license 5 years ago, I just worked for Natalia for 2 months. I just did some property management stuff like appointments, you know, check people, references, help everything, you know, and so she was teaching me what to do, you know, how to do it. And I try, it's not exactly for me. Like I like more be in the structure. For me, I just want to be like the property management a little bit chaotic for me. So this is not my personality. I like slightly different approach. So this is why I went to trade. But I learned a lot from Natalia when in 2 months, even when I, you know, work as it's a communication. She has a great knowledge about how to talk to people, because she knows so many different nuances about relationships. So how to talk to clients. So she will teach you, you know, all nuances, or step by step, what is involved in the process. You have a knowledge, but, you know, I get licensed. It took me a couple of years until you get practice. Practice is very different. So Natalia is very good. As long as you know, organize, prompt, and you do like keep the track on everything, you will be fine with her.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy work with her. She's very easy working with, like she like the discipline, everything, but she's not like a, you know, on your head. She's a good boss.
Nice.
Hard worker by yourself. Like she likes people who is responsible. And when you learn, you ask questions. If you don't know questions, you ask. You ask questions, you learn it. So you don't ask second time. Write it down somewhere, so you don't need to ask second time. So you just carry on with your knowledge, and you will be good.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Наташ, личико покажите.
Я не могу, у меня что-то не потому что не хочу, у меня что-то случилось с камерой. Она вот это вот что видео, вот это что показывает.
И все?
Моя камера только в зале показывает, но я там не могу записать, да, получается.
Рекординг выключайте, вам уже не нужно, выключайте рекординг.
Ага, сейчас.